Welcome to Superbly Said Advanced English Vocabulary and Phrases.
And this deep dive, well, it comes straight from a SpeakDuo lesson.
Yeah.
It's really packed with practical expressions to boost your English.
Absolutely. And, if you're looking to practice your English speaking skills, maybe meet some new people from all over the world, you should check out SpeakDuo.com.
Yeah, it's a great platform. Video calls, real practice, helps build that confidence.
Definitely.
So today, our mission is to dig into some of these powerful phrases. We're not just looking at the basic meaning, but the subtle differences, the nuances compared to similar words.
Right, because understanding those nuances, that's what really helps you sound, well, more precise and confident in advanced English.
Exactly.
Okay, let's unpack this. First up, we've got halfway through something. It basically means you're like right in the middle of a process or a period. The example we have is, I was halfway through the book when I lost it. Pretty straightforward, right? Hits that exact 50% point.
It does, yeah. And that precision is exactly where the nuance lies. You might say in the middle of or maybe midway, but those can be a bit more general. Halfway through specifically nails that midpoint, like precisely 50% done.
Ah, okay. So it's not just somewhere in the middle.
No, exactly. Think about running a marathon. If someone says they're in the middle of the race, well, that could be anywhere, really.
True. Mile 5, mile 20.
Right. But if they say they're halfway through, you instantly know, boom, 13.1 miles. It's specific.
Yeah.
Quantifiable progress.
That makes a huge difference, especially like in work settings. If I tell my team I'm halfway through the report.
They know exactly where you stand.
Yeah. It's clear communication about progress, almost like a little project management tool built into the language.
It really is. And psychologically, hitting that halfway through point, that can be a big motivator.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, it gives you that tangible sense of achievement. Makes you feel like you're moving from the start towards the finish line, the home stretch.
That's a great point. Okay, shifting gears a bit. Let's talk about have an affinity for.
Affinity.
Meaning you feel a sort of natural liking or attraction to something. The example given is she has an affinity for vintage clothing, so it's stronger than just like.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Much stronger. If you compare it to just saying you like something or you're fond of it, affinity suggests something, well, deeper.
Deeper how?
Like it's more innate, an inherent connection or attraction, maybe even a natural talent for it. It goes beyond just casual preference. It often implies this feeling of kinship or natural understanding.
So it's not just that she likes vintage clothes. It's like she gets them. They resonate with her on a different level.
Exactly. It implies that kind of intrinsic connection. Think about someone who's great with computers. They might like coding.
Okay.
But if they have an affinity for programming, it suggests they've got this natural intuition for logic, for problem solving. It just clicks for them. It feels natural, deeply satisfying.
Ah, I see. So recognizing that affinity in yourself or someone else could actually be quite useful for careers or hobbies.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It points towards where your real strengths or maybe your hidden passions might lie. It's a good signpost for self-discovery.
Interesting. Okay, next one conjures up quite an image. Daredevil.
Oh, yeah, class.
Someone who enjoys risks, dangerous stuff, often without fear. The example's pretty vivid. She's a total daredevil. She once bungee jumped off a cliff in New Zealand without hesitation and loved every second of it. Wow.
That definitely paints a picture.
But is it just being adventurous, or is there more to it?
There's definitely more. I mean, you could call her adventurous or a risk taker, sure. But daredevil, that carries a specific extra layer.
Which is?
It's the enjoyment of the thrill and the danger. They actively seek it out. Often there's a kind of flair or maybe a complete lack of visible fear. Think extreme confidence facing peril.
So like showmanship almost.
Sometimes, yeah. Think of stunt performers. They don't just take risks. They embrace the danger, often with a certain style. It's not just enduring risk, it's relishing it.
Got it. But how is that different from just being, reckless, taking stupid risks?
That's a really important distinction. A true daredevil, while pushing boundaries, usually has incredible skill, preparation, maybe calculation involved.
Okay.
It's that mastery over the dangerous situation, combined with the enjoyment, that sets them apart from someone just being reckless. It adds this dramatic flair to how you describe someone who thrives on that edge.
That makes sense. Mastery and enjoyment. Okay, from high-flying daredevils to something maybe a bit more theatrical. Stage a fall.
Yeah.
Pretending to fall, often dramatically or for laughs. The example is perfect. The actor staged a fall during the play's rehearsal to test how the audience might react to some added humor. You can just see it, can't you? Slapstick.
Totally. And again, the nuance here is key when you compare it to, say, fake a fall or feign injury.
How so?
Stage a fall really emphasizes the intentional, theatrical, performative nature of it. It's done for an audience for a specific effect, usually humor or drama, in a performance context.
Right. Unlike faking a fall to, like, get insurance money or
Yeah,
something deceptive.
exactly. The intent is different. Staging a fall is about performance, not usually about malicious deception.
Could you use it outside of, like, actual theater? Say, just joking around with
Oh,
friends?
for sure. Imagine your friend does this super dramatic trip over nothing, then pops up laughing.
Yeah.
You could totally say, oh, you completely staged that fall. It highlights that it was deliberate, playful, probably done just to get a reaction from you. It's a controlled, intentional act.
Gotcha. A performative stumble. Okay, let's shift again. This next one is about facing challenges. Lean into it.
I like this one.
It means fully embracing or committing to something, even if it's tough or uncomfortable. The example is great. Instead of hiding her nerves during the presentation, she leaned into it and used her energy to speak with passion. That sounds like really solid advice.
It really is powerful. And comparing it to just embrace or face it head on, lean into it, feels more dynamic, more active.
How do you mean?
Well, the nuance is about not just accepting or confronting the challenge, but actively using the difficult feelings, the discomfort, the nerves, the fear, using it as fuel, as energy or momentum.
Ah, so you don't just tolerate the nerves, you channel them.
Precisely. It suggests this proactive posture, almost like you're physically leaning towards the difficulty, ready to engage with it and turn it into something positive. A potential weakness becomes part of your unique approach.
That's a fantastic concept, like using the nervous energy to add passion. Like in the example, can you think of another way someone might lean into discomfort?
Sure. Think about getting tough feedback at work instead of getting defensive.
Which is easy to do.
Totally. But leaning into it would mean actively listening, asking questions to understand, seeing it as a chance to grow, maybe even, thanking the person for their honesty, even if it stings a bit.
Right. Or in a difficult conversation, acknowledging the awkwardness instead of trying to rush through it.
Exactly. You stay present with the discomfort rather than trying to escape it. It's a mindset shift. Okay, this is hard, but I'm going to engage and maybe even use this.
Turning challenges into strengths. Love it. Okay, next up, commitment again. Double down.
Ah, yes.
From Blackjack.
Right. Meaning to strengthen your commitment to a decision or opinion, the example. Instead of backing off, she doubled down on her argument. Short and sweet.
It is, but it raises that interesting point about persistence versus escalation. You could say someone persisted or insisted, but double down has that specific flavor from gambling. It means increasing your bet, your risk, your commitment after you've already made an initial move. And crucially, often when you're facing opposition or doubt.
So it's not just sticking with it, it's upping the ante, increasing the commitment level.
Exactly. It's an escalation of commitment, not just continuing as before.
Is that always a good thing, though? Doubling down? What if you're doubling down on a terrible idea? That's the potential downside. Absolutely. It can signal strong resolve, which is often good, but it can also mean stubbornly sticking to a failing strategy, ignoring new evidence.
Right, like that company example you mentioned before, pouring more money into a failing product instead of pivoting.
Precisely. So it describes increased dedication, definitely. But whether that dedication is wise, that depends entirely on the situation. It highlights the intensification of commitment, for better or worse.
A powerful term, but yeah, context is everything. Okay, now for a term that's become really prominent lately, gaslight someone.
Important one.
Meaning to manipulate someone into questioning their own perception, their sanity, really. The example is stark. He gaslighted her into thinking she was overreacting.
Yeah. And what's crucial here, and fascinating linguistically, is how specific gaslighting is compared to just manipulate or deceive.
How specific?
It's a very particular, insidious form of psychological manipulation. The goal is to make the victim doubt their own reality, their memory, their perception, their sanity. It's often systematic, a pattern.
So it's not just a single lie. It's about fundamentally undermining someone's trust in their own mind, making them think they're the crazy one for seeing what's happening.
Exactly that. It's phrases like, that never happened, or you're just imagining things, you're too sensitive, stop being crazy. It's designed to erode their grip on reality.
Wow. And recognizing this term, understanding it, why is that so critical now?
Because naming it helps identify it. It's a specific type of psychological abuse, and understanding the term allows people to recognize those patterns, whether in their own lives or others. It's vital for setting boundaries, for protecting mental well-being. It points to that deep intent to warp someone's reality.
Definitely vital knowledge for navigating relationships. Okay, let's switch to a much, much lighter note. A maniac.
Yes.
Meaning someone behaving in a super energetic, wild way, but often playfully. The example is adorable. My puppy is a maniac every morning. She sprints around the house.
You could just picture the zoomies.
Totally. And here, the nuance is all about context, isn't it, compared to the word's other meanings?
Absolutely. Context is everything. You could say the puppy is energetic or wild, but calling her a maniac in this informal way captures that extreme, almost uncontrollable, but usually harmless and often quite endearing energy.
So it's totally different from the clinical sense, or calling someone dangerous a maniac.
Completely different. When used informally like this, especially about pets or kids, it's almost always affectionate. It highlights that playful, joyful chaos.
Like a kid on a sugar rush being called a total maniac with a smile.
Exactly. It adds vividness, humor, describes that burst of unrestrained, happy energy really well. Gives them personality.
It really does. Okay, last one. Another informal phrase. Gassing someone up. Meaning to flatter or hype someone up, usually to boost their confidence. Like, her friends were gassing her up before the big presentation.
Yeah, and again, comparing this, it's more than just encourage or praise. Gassing someone up is more active, more enthusiastic. It's often a concerted effort, usually right before a specific event or performance, to really build that person's confidence and excitement. Get them hyped.
So it's about creating that buzz, that belief in themselves. Like you said, getting them fired up.
Exactly. Think pre-game pep talk energy. It's about making them feel capable, ready to tackle whatever's coming.
Right. Like in a locker room or backstage. Is there a risk of it being seen as like fake flattery or setting them up with unrealistic expectations?
That's a fair point to consider. Generally, gassing up implies genuine good intentions, trying to boost morale. It's usually seen as different from, say, blowing smoke, which implies insincerity.
Okay.
There might be a little exaggeration sometimes, maybe, but the core aim is empowerment, not deception. It's just a really common, informal way we talk about building someone's confidence effectively.
Got it. Super useful phrase. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. Let's test your understanding of these nuanced phrases with a quick quiz. Ready?
Let's do it.
Question 1. Imagine a new employee is struggling a bit. Their manager says, look, you need to on your efforts and show more commitment to this project, even though it's tough. Which phrase best fits that blank? Okay, thought about it. The best fit here is double down. It really captures that idea of increasing commitment, upping the effort, especially when things are challenging or maybe there's some doubt, escalating dedication. Question 2. Your friend is in the school play. They do this brilliant, totally convincing fake trip and fall right on stage, and the audience cracks up. What did your friend do? All right. Your friend staged a fall. That phrase perfectly highlights the theatrical, intentional, performative nature of it, done specifically for that comedic effect on the audience.
Nailed it.
Question 3. Okay, last one. You discover you're just naturally good at solving puzzles, like logic problems or riddles. You never really train, you just feel drawn to them, and you pick them up fast. What idiom describes this connection you have with puzzles? The ideal phrase here is that you have an affinity for solving puzzles. It captures that natural, innate liking, that feeling of connection, talent, and ease that goes way beyond just enjoying them.
Absolutely. That innate connection is key to affinity. And, you know, what's really fascinating when we look back at all these, it's how these, well, seemingly small differences in wording can unlock such precise, such vivid ways to describe things. Each phrase really offers a unique angle.
It really does. So what does this all mean for you listening?
Well, getting a handle on these advanced phrases, it isn't just about sounding more articulate, though that's nice.
Right.
It's more about really grasping the subtle layers of meaning in English. It lets you express yourself much more accurately and understand what others mean with more clarity. Exactly. And as you continue your own journey with the language, think about how understanding these subtle distinctions doesn't just improve your communication. You can actually deepen your understanding of people, of situations, of behavior. You start noticing why someone chose that specific word. It allows you to interpret intentions and nuances with much greater precision.
It's like getting a more fine-tuned antenna for the world.
That's a great way to put it. It enriches your language skills and your perception, like having an advanced decoder ring for everyday life.